Hey there, it's Sarah, back with 12 more minutes of movement, and today we're keeping the focus on flexibility. Last week I got a comment that tight hamstrings were making one of the exercises in my video difficult to achieve, which had me thinking, a lot of us have tight hamstrings, especially if we spend our day sitting down, because sitting for long periods can lead to weak glutes and weak hip flexors, which can lead to tight hamstrings. A lot of us also have a pelvic tilt where our tailbone is lifted up and our hips are rolling forward, which can lead to those tight hamstrings. So we're going to spend our first 20 seconds working on that pelvic tilt by doing some cat-cows, bringing the tailbone in and then lifting it back up from our hands and knees. So we start on our hands and knees. We're going to come down to our belly and roll to our backs. So you want to have a comfortable space on the floor that you can come down to do these stretches. We start for 20 seconds, but after that, 25 seconds for each stretch. You are welcome to kick your shoes off or have them on, whichever is most comfortable for you. Let's start with those cat-cows down on our hands and knees for 20 seconds. So bring those knees under your hips, your shoulders right over your palms, and just start to round and arch through that spine. Really focusing on bringing that tailbone inward and then lifting it back up. Just exaggerate the movement for 20 seconds. At the bell, we're going to come down to the belly with our elbows right under our shoulders and our wrists in front of those elbows. Palms are down. Squeeze your glutes and then pull your elbows towards your ribs and lift that rib cage towards those elbows. Really engage those glutes. Try to pick up the feet off the floor. So we're going to tighten those glutes. We're going to squeeze them and engage them. And that's going to help us loosen up those hamstrings. All right, we're going to bring the hands right by the ribs under the shoulders. And we're going to lift this chest a little higher. Keep squeezing those glutes. You don't have to straighten the arms. You don't have to lift your thighs off the mat, but you can if you would like. Squeeze those glutes. Even if you're down with an elbow bend, we want to keep those glutes engaged. At the bell, we're going to come back up to hands and knees, tuck the toes, and then start to lift those knees as you send your hips back into a downward facing dog. Push through the palms, bend one knee, keep the opposite leg straight and push that heel down, and then switch. And just pedal your feet back and forth. Try to keep a long spine without that curvature in the low back. We're going to bend both knees, pick up the heels, bring the ribs towards those thighs, and then extend the legs. Push those heels down, stretch through the back of the legs. Just bend and extend, pushing through those palms. Try to keep those shoulder blades pulled towards your back ribs. And we get to come back down to the knees when you hear that bell. Bring the knees down and step 1 foot forward. You can use your hand to help it get there if you need to. And we're going to press those hips forward towards our hands. Try to engage that glute on that back leg and stretch out through that hip flexor. Keep that front knee pulled in towards the shoulder. When you hear the bell, right there, send the hips back, straighten out that front leg. You can bring the hand outside the ankle if that feels more stable. You don't have to straighten the leg all the way out. In fact, we want to keep that knee a little soft. Try flexing the foot if you're looking for more, and take that front hip back and down just a little bit. We're going to take it forward and back, bending into that front leg and then straightening it back. So we're just adding a little movement to our stretches, putting them together. Hip flexor and hamstring. We're going to switch legs when we hear this bell. Bring that front knee back. Bring that opposite foot forward. Use your hand to help it get there if you need to, and then press those hips forward. Try to keep that knee pulled towards the shoulder and really push those hips towards those wrists. Stretching out the hip flexor Maybe a little inner thigh on that bent leg in the front. We're going to start to straighten that leg, send the hips back, and hold. Keeping that front knee soft, maybe bringing the hand outside the ankle, maybe flexing the foot, and pulling that hip back and down. Really stretching that tight, tight hamstring. Getting ready to add our movement forward and back. Here we go. Bend and extend through that front leg, hips going forward, and then pressing back. Try to exaggerate that movement. Feel the stretch in both directions. We're going to come down to our back when you hear that bell. Roll onto your back. Keep one leg bent with the foot on the floor. And take that opposite leg up. Grab behind it and gently pull it towards you. If you need to grab a towel, pause your video, go grab a towel. Wrap it under your foot and you can use that to help pull that leg towards the chest. I forgot to tell you that in the intro. Sorry. We're going to flex our foot and we're going to see if we can lift the chest towards the knee and pull that knee closer towards your nose. Really exaggerate this stretch. Don't worry if your leg isn't getting straight. That's okay. You can keep a little bend and you'll still stretch out through that hamstring. At the bell, we're going to bring the head and shoulders down. We're going to lose this foot flex. So just relax the foot and see if that helps you go a little bit further in that hamstring stretch. Try to relax those shoulders. Try to keep that knee kind of soft. Maybe even bend that knee if you need to. We're going to fire up this hip flexor at the bell. Keeping the leg as straight as you can, we're going to flex the foot and we're going to drop that heel towards the floor and then lift it back up using that strong hip flexor. So we're going to strengthen it to make it less weak, which should help those tight hamstrings. The stronger your hip flexors are, the less those hamstrings have to do. Keep that low back pressing down. Try to keep that foot flexed. And now pull that leg back towards your chest. Either with the foot flexed or without. Maybe bend the knee and take it a little further from there. You get to choose. You've got about 15 seconds, I'm guessing. And we're going to switch legs when you hear the bell. Bend that knee, set the foot down, bring the other leg up, and just gently pull it towards you. Again, if you've got a towel, wrap it around the bottom of the foot, hold the sides, and let that help you pull that leg towards you. Little bend in the knee if your leg isn't getting straight, that's okay. Let's see if we can lift the chest. Pull that knee towards you. Flex the foot. Breathe. Back off when you need to. We're going to bring that hip flexor work back to our stretch. Flex the foot. Keep the leg straight. Head and shoulders down. We're going to lower that heel and then lift it right back up. Down and up. Press that low back down. Try to lose that pelvic tilt. And get ready to hold that leg back towards the chest. You can take that bend in the knee if you need it. You can do the foot flex. You can relax the foot. Try to relax your shoulders and see if that helps you relax through the back of the leg. We're coming up to a seat when you hear the bell. So you'll roll yourself up however you can get there. And just fold forward. Reach towards your ankles. Relax that low back. Relax the feet. Pull yourself as close to those thighs as you can. We've got some options on the next one. We're going to see if we can take one leg and bend it behind us. If that doesn't work, bend it in front. We're going to see if we can release that hip flexor by leaning back if that leg is behind you. If it's in front, gently push that knee towards the floor. So if you're leaned back, see if you can lift that hip forward just a little bit. Really release through that hip flexor. We're going to fold forward towards that extended leg, either with the leg bent behind us or out to the side. You get to pick where you want to take your stretch. Feel that deep stretch through that hamstring on your extended leg. And get ready to switch to the other side. So we're going to bring that bent leg forward. We're going to take the other leg either behind us or bent to the side. If it's bent to the side, press the knee down. If it's bent behind you, try to lean back and roll that hip forward. Really opening up through that tight, tight hip flexor. And then we're going to fold ourselves towards that extended leg, reaching to the ankle. You can take that leg that's bent behind you and bring it to the side if that feels better. Do what works best for you. Try to breathe into it. Exhale and relax those muscles. Let's take both legs back out in front and reach towards those ankles. See if you can flex your feet and lift those heels off the floor and get a deeper stretch down the back of those legs. Try to pull yourself closer towards those thighs. Now relax those feet and see if we can go even further into this stretch. Try to relax the neck and see if that helps you relax those hamstrings. Breathe into it as you exhale. Can you go just a little bit further? We're going to take ourselves back up to all fours, hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and let's walk that downward facing dog. Press one heel towards the floor and then switch. We're bending, alternating knees as we stretch through that opposite leg. See if it feels a little better this time than it did at the beginning of our stretch. Maybe you can take it just a little bit further. Let's bend both knees, pick up those heels, bring your chest towards the thighs, really lengthen that spine, and then press those heels down as you straighten the legs and just bend and extend or hold that extended. Whatever feels better for you. Press through those palms, lengthen the spine.
Activity completed.
Walk those hands in towards your feet. Breathe forward, fold. Slight bend in the knees as you slowly roll yourself up to standing so you don't get dizzy. Bring the head up last. And there you go. Hopefully your hamstrings feel a little less tight now. If you want to stretch some more, we've got even more here at 12 Minute Fit. If you're feeling really good and want to knock out a workout now, hit play on something else. Or if your day is really busy and 12 minutes is all you have time for, I'll let you get back to that day. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining in.